That's now in the recording.
Well, at least I can't get a copyright strike.
Fair.
So I went and got my casters fixed, and I ended up needed. I ended up needed.
You ended up needed, all right.
Okay, that's how you say it if you're cool. Apparently, I ended up needing. Woo! New bearings in both casters because I lose about as much hair as my dog. And then I decided I would treat myself to a caramel latte because I'm chilly and I needed caffeine because I had the beginning stages of a headache. And if I can get coffee in me quickly when I notice the headache coming on, it'll stop. So I got a phone call from my neurosurgeon today. There's some narrowing in the blood vessels on the left side of my brain. Apparently there had been one of the blood vessels in the right side of my brain had closed off, but smaller blood vessels are doing the work for it now to make sure that my brain is getting enough blood. So I need to monitor my blood pressure and try to limit. He didn't say avoid. If you hear me say avoid, it's me, not him. He said limit high fatty foods. And I mean, I already do. But don't get me any kind of fucking twisted. You know that commercial, what would you do for a Klondike bar? There's not a lot that I would do for a Klondike bar. Maybe say please, and that's only if I was really, really hot and needed it to cool down. But you want to whip out a bacon cheeseburger.
There's a lot you do for that.
Very minimal limitations to a bacon cheeseburger. But all of that to say, I decided because my stress levels are really high and he wants me to try to keep them low, even though I have an anxiety condition, and he just gave me more reason to be more anxious. So love that for me. I decided, fuck it. I haven't had breakfast. I'm going to drink my calories this morning. And I got a caramel latte with whip and caramel sauce. Yes, I could have gone for the sugar-free caramel latte and not did the whip and not did the caramel sauce. Like I said the day before yesterday, I would rather be straight with you guys and not lie, because lying is exhausting and I don't want to have to remember it. So I got full, oh my god, you're cute and fluffy and I want to hug. I got full fat latte, full fat whipped cream, and full fat caramel syrup because I'm a fat ass. And even though I'm trying to lose the weight, it tastes good. And I wanted it in my mouth hole. So I did. But the lady put a little smiley on my cup. Woo. I feel like Jazz needs to do better. He calls us friends. Like, we're not, he doesn't call us acquaintances.
Nope.
We're friends.
Yep.
He will run into us in public and stop us. Jazz hasn't given me cute little smiley faces. Jazz, if you see this, look.
Jazz is amazing. She's a sweetheart.
I love you, Jazz. I'm kidding. I don't need smiley faces. You're absolutely a delight.
Seeing her
and
smiley.
A perfect person.
Seeing her smiley face is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the best.
Same with Ty. Ty always smiles. They don't need to show appreciation for my order. Besides, whenever they come out with new cold foam, Jazz always shows me I'm special by going, "Oh, you need to try this," and then he makes me a little shot of cold foam.
I think my favorite is that freaking sugar cookie cold foam that came out for Christmas time.
Oh, the one that tasted like birthday cake. Yeah. So we're walking down a different block. Usually, when we go in to get my chair fixed, they engage my anti-tippers, and then we leave, and I have to disengage them because I don't use them. If I was pushing myself, is that a lie?
Possibly,
No.
maybe.
If I was pushing, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to lie right now or if it's honest. If I was pushing myself all the time, I might engage them just because sometimes when you pop a wheelie, you pop it a little too hard. And it's really easy to go ass over tea kettle. I've popped it too hard helping Eli, and he's almost dropped the chair.
Yep.
So if I was pushing myself, I might engage the anti-tippers until I built up more arm strength and had more control. But then I would disengage them again. But because Eli pushes me, I keep them disengaged. This time when we went in to get the bearings replaced, the guy looked at the chair, looked at me, sized me up and down, took the chair in the back and fixed the casters. And then when he comes out, he didn't look at Eli. He looked at me and he goes, "Pro tip, your chair is going to function like brand new. Don't let go when you're going down a hill." And I was like, okay. Didn't say anything when we left. There's a hill. And I went, "You want to see how I normally go down a hill?" And I made Eli let go. And then I keep this hand touching. Show them, unless you could see it on
I
your
think they
angle.
can.
I keep this hand touching but not grip. And then this hand off the tire completely. Like I keep it like this, exactly. This hand's further off, this hand's just like my fingers can touch it and down the hill. And that's what I did right from. We're gonna walk while I talk.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I've done since day one. When they came to test out the measurement of my. Is my purse stuck to me?
Yep.
Okay. Felt like I had a tail. When they came to check the measurements.
I don't have a hand to properly put the blanket up.
It's okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
When they came to do the measurements of the chair, and because when you get fitted for a wheelchair, they come and they bring a couple sample chairs and they take your measurements and then they decide how balanced you want it and how unbalanced you want it, and that all goes by your core. So I've got a semi-balanced wheelchair, and when I build up my core, they can kick my tires out further, so my tires will look like they're on a slant, which will make my chair unbalanced and easier for popping a wheelie. But you have to have a really solid core so that you can balance your chair with your core. And I wanted them slightly tilted, but because of the POTS symptoms I was having due to the adrenal tumor, the guy that I work with most of the time at the wheelchair place refused because if I ever passed out in the chair with it completely unbalanced, it would tip. So it's semi balanced, semi unbalanced. It's sort of like a happy medium. And we talked to them about getting my replacement. I need to talk to my PT, physiotherapist, for those of you that don't know the acronym. But the kitty. So I have to talk to my PT, and then we can work out getting a replacement. However, the guy that replaced, I do need a replacement, even though I'm trying to lose the weight, because right now I'm too thick for this one. But ow, downhill hurts my hips. But the guy who replaced my bearings was like, "How long have you had the chair?" I'm like 4 years. And he's like, "Wow, it's in really good condition. You treat it really well." I'm like, "Bro, it's my legs." I'm like, "I'm only just learning how to walk again. It's my legs." I'm not gonna play bumper cars or smash up derby with my legs. You're like, somebody freaking had these legs for 20 years. We take a hammer to it. Like, what? And he's like, fair. He's like, when you put it like that, it makes perfect sense. I was like, yeah. Okay.
What's up?
Yeah. We will see you in the next clip. Hey guys. So I think I did 2.5 blocks with just the chair and the weights on my back. But because we have, stuff in the bag, on the back of the chair, it kept trying to lift up a little bit, and I was getting annoyed. So I made Eli sit in the chair, and then I pushed Eli 2.5 blocks, and one of the blocks is like
Downhill.
quite the slant.
You guys have seen it.
Yeah, we showed you the slant. I pushed Eli down that slant and then up a block, up this street running behind us. And then my calves started to burn because I went 5 blocks with 5 pounds on my back and then Eli in the chair for 2.5 of them. So for 2.5 blocks, I pushed 180 pounds. So I feel like I did pretty good for today.
Yep. You should be proud of yourself.
I'm sure I'm going to feel it tomorrow. But that's a problem for tomorrow me.
Yep.
Today me is not going to worry about what tomorrow me has to deal with. So yeah, I updated you guys on the info from my neurosurgeon. So I have to. What?
You requested the thyroid one.
My doctor.
Okay.
So that's the 14th.
Okay.
I had other words and then Eli distracted me.
Sorry.
So I've got to work harder on the quitting smoking because that will help. I've already cut salt pretty much out of my diet, other than like if we go out to eat and I get, excuse me, fries and they come pre-salted, I don't complain. Um, Also, I'm not gonna like 100% cut it out. I'm just gonna cut out one thing at a time. I need to work on the quitting smoking, which I've already been trying to do. So I'm gonna get that in the bag and then I'll worry about cutting out everything else. He didn't tell me I have to cut out all fatty food, high fat foods. He said to limit high fat foods, which is something that I do anyway because I live on a very fixed income and I can't afford to buy diet foods. I can't afford to diet. So we're just working on.
Aww.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. You're so. Hi.
Oh, you're so cute.
Oh my goodness. Hi.
Yes, you're so cute. Oh, you're so
She
soft.
just like leaned into my hand.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so she's extra.
Aw.
You're so cute.
What is she?
She's an Eastern. I just found out that I'm not meant to say she's a mixed breed. She's apparently an Eastern European village dog.
Oh, very cool.
Because they like predate modern breeds.
Yeah.
When you say mixed breed, people are like, "Oh, what's she's a mix of?" And you, well, she's kind of before breeds were a thing.
Aw. She's very cute.
You as well.
too. Sorry, we made a friend. I don't know if Eli showed you our friend.
I showed them our friend.
But yeah, so I'm gonna eliminate things a bit at a time. The most important thing to quit right now is smoking. I already, like I said, don't eat a lot of salt, but I prefer at least a little bit of salt on my french fries. But like everywhere else, I've been leaving it out, unless, of course, it's a recipe that calls for it. And then, I kind of have no choice. I don't want to ruin the recipe. Like if it's like bread, or like if I make my tea biscuits, they require half a teaspoon. No, can't be that much. I think it's a quarter teaspoon salt or something like that. Quarter teaspoon to half a teaspoon. I don't know. It's something. I just know that it requires a teeny bit of salt, and if you leave it out, it can change the something in the biscuit. I don't know what, but so like if I'm making those, then obviously I put the salt in it. But like a lot of the times when cooking food, I don't even get Eli to add salt anymore if he's doing the cooking, if they're doing the cooking. And if I'm doing the cooking, I just opt out. I replace it with other spices. When and where I can. So it's something that I already eliminate because I have edema in both my legs due to the spinal issues. And I've noticed that the less salt I have in a day, the less swelling I have. So it's something that I already eliminate. Now it's to work on the smoking, and most likely, even though he said limit high fat foods, I will eventually just eliminate as many of them as possible, which I guess is technically limiting. Technically listening. There are, like I said, some high fat foods that I can't eliminate entirely, like a cheeseburger or a BLT. Bacon is fatty, but a BLT doesn't taste the same with turkey bacon. So, or fake bacon.
That's what I call all bacon that isn't pork.
Fair. It's weird though. I'm not a big pork fan. I don't like sausages. I don't eat pork chops hardly ever. I'm not a big pork fan. I just like me a good BLT every now and then. And sometimes I'm pretty good lately. We had BLTs a couple of weeks ago, and I had one BLT. And then I was like, okay, I was still hungry because it was like small bread. And I hadn't eaten anything all day. And we decided not to make anything with the BLTs. So later I was like, okay, make me BLT without the B. And sometimes, like, my kid will be like, hey, let's have BLTs for dinner. I'll be like, okay. And instead of putting bacon on mine, I just have a toasted tomato and lettuce sandwich. So, you know, when I can, I even eliminate the bacon. Just sometimes. I like me a good fatty BLT. I'm sorry. I'm fat. Don't judge me until you're fat. But so that's all the updates I have for now. On the 14th, I will have more, and obviously, I'm going to try to walk tomorrow. Provided I can keep my mental health in control, and provided that I don't wake up tomorrow morning to my spine saying, screw you, your legs don't work today. Either way, I'll probably lift my weights or something. I will do something tomorrow. It's just whether or not I will actually walk is to be determined. Because I did 5 blocks today and pushed Eli down a large hill. And Eli said when Eli pushes me, Eli has to lean further back than I did. I kept myself upright and just used my core muscles and my teeny tiny biceps that
You do not have teeny tiny biceps.
they hide. You can't see them.
Yeah, they're not teeny tiny though.
Fair. But I just use my core and my upper body strength to keep the chair. And we walked down the chair. We walked down the hill at a very casual pace. And when I needed to take a break, like just for my legs and my back, Eli would be like, do you need me to like help you? And I'd be like, no. And Eli was able to keep his feet on the foot pegs, and I was able to stop and hold the chair in place just using what little muscle I have.
Yeah,
So
I struggle to hold the wheelchair in place on a hill.
yeah, they either make me put brakes on or grab the chair. So I did good. I feel accomplished. I was late taking a pill, so I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little bit sore.
Ooh,
But
your hands are red.
They're gonna turn blue. It's a good pain. So on that note, because I'm going to turn white and then turn blue, it's not that cold.
I can feel it in my joints, in my wrists. It's quite cold.
I'm not cold though. I don't know why my hands are red. I'm not cold. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. But I think I just rambled. So I'm going to end this video. But I did 5 blocks with 5 pounds. 2 blocks, well, 2.5 blocks with
180 pounds.
180 pounds. So, but 5 blocks in total, so that's pretty damn good.
Yep.
I feel accomplished. I did a thing today, and I am very proud of myself for doing the thing. So, that's my victory for today. And as always, we are grateful for you. We love you, each and every single one of you. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video.